let's go across now to Nimesh for D Street Chatter. Nimesh.
Hi Rimaira, today was a classic day of two halves. The first half was quite good. We saw a good recovery as well. And even in the first half, the indication was the FI selling is not that large. But all that changed in the second half once Europe opened, because I understand there was a very large basket selling at a leading FI desk. And that's the reason why you're seeing big pressure again in the large cap names today. The biggest pain is in the rate sensitive. So the real estate stocks are under pressure. So is auto names, so is the bank names as well. So that's one pocket which is seeing a big aggressive selling. And OMCs are still under pressure because the crude has again rallied back to 78. So those pockets is where a large selling seems to be. Metal seems to be in a sweet spot. So even in a weak market, there is buying interest in metal names. So there is delivery-based buying happening there. But within financials, again, we saw a bit of recovery in the intraday, but that got sold into. And again, I understand there is aggressive selling in the private bank names by larger FIs today as well. On the Nifty, we've broken some crucial support levels. So the next level on the downside to watch is around 24,600 to 24,700 level. So that's something to track. But I guess all change in the second half on the back of an aggressive basket selling at leading FI desk.
Okay, we'll watch the flows figure very closely. What about stocks, Nimesh?
Well, even in a weak market, there are some stocks which are buzzing in trade. The first stock is Healthcare Global. In a weak market, that's up 5%. The volumes are on the higher side. Looks like the street is anticipating a large corporate development very soon. Remember, for a very long time now, there has been an anticipation that the P holder or the P promoter is looking to sell its stake. So that's something which can come very soon. So that's a trigger as far as Healthcare Global is concerned. The second name is BF Utilities. Even that stock is buzzing in trade for the last 2 days. The stock is up 10%. The volumes are on the higher side. I understand a leading influential HNI investor is an aggressive buyer in BF Utilities of late, and hence a big up move there in a weak market. Third, DLF and Macrotech. While the real estate basket is under pressure, DLF and Macrotech stands out on back of very aggressive selling pressure from leading FIs in today's market. And the last is IndusTower. The stock is in the red, but for the second day running, there is buying interest from larger FIs. So expect high delivery volumes, but those are largely on the buy side.
Healthcare Global, BF Utilities, DLF, Macrotech, and IndusTower as well. Nimesh, Healthcare Global, I mean, is that the deal where the PE was getting out, right?
That's right.
That is still it's still in the works, because it's been, I think it's been at least a few quarters now, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. In almost 3 quarters now that the buzz was there that CVC wants to exit. Looks like it's in the final stage now. I understand a couple of private equity investors are in the final stages. So looks, again for Healthcare Global, Prashant, while we all know that CVC is a likely seller, what is going to be more interesting is whether the Indian promoter also sells out. CVC owns 60%, Indian promoter owns 10%. If the entire 70% is sold, then there is a potential open offer and a potential delisting offer as well. So we don't need to speculate on the delisting part. But I guess that's something to track. If both Indian as well as the PE investors sell out, then we need to see how things pan out, because 70 plus open offer would virtually mean that there could be a delisting as well.
No, that's interesting that this is, in a way, just picking, one was hearing that maybe it's not really going anywhere and some of the bidders have backed off, but interesting that it's as you're saying, well, you're picking up that this is happening and maybe in the final stages. We'll see. I remember asking the CEO of, the promoter of HCG, whether they prefer to have a hospital company or another investor instead of CVC. They said, well, we'd prefer a financial investor and not a hospital company there for that CVC stake. Thanks very much, Nimesh, for that.